Hello everyone, odedex here, welcome to episode 122 of my S02 Let's Play. So I'm back here at my temporary quarry age, and you can see the quarry is no longer temporary because it is finished. So for the time being I took it off and completely turned this age off. I also took away the chunk loader to make sure that my game doesn't try to keep a world loaded when it has no value. I did notice something strange. In theory, now that I'm consuming essentially close to zero buildcraft energy, I would have expected my supply here, my inner buffers, to start growing. However, something very strange is happening, which is my batteries are still, like, they obviously receive energy, but this energy disappears somewhere. I don't know where it's going. And even stranger thing is that actually the engines that I have right here, which are connected to basically nothing, basically are not connected to the batteries themselves, those engines do seem to build up their backlog of energy. So something is very strange going on here. Like, the energy is going somewhere, I have no clue where, and it makes no sense because also all my batteries here are full, which is where you might have expected this energy to go to, but it's not here. Those batteries are full. So there is some very strange behavior. If you guys have any idea what's going on, please let me know. Alright, so since this quarry is finished, I actually wanted to start keeping track of my blaze rod supply. It does seem to go up. So now that my processing unit only takes care of the red power quarry and not the buildcraft quarry, the temporary one, it does seem to be doing a better job. The blaze supply is fine, so there's no problems most of the time, so it's pretty good. And you can also see that I was carrying this 27 blocks of alveoli blocks because I was actually testing my system that I built the previous episode to create another full set. If you missed it, in the previous episode I created this entire mechanism right here, which automatically you will always keep a set of 27 alveoli blocks if available, and if you have enough materials. If not, then it won't, obviously. Alright, so this episode, I would like to start taking a look into power armor suits. Now, I did look into it 2 episodes ago, but it was very brief and very short, and they did spark my interest in them. That even very brief look into it. So let's look into it a little bit further. So the first thing I probably need is to start automating the crafting of those different parts. I did craft some of them manually, but it won't last for too long, so let's start looking into crafting them automatically using applied logistics, of course. So first, let's see which types of items do I need. I probably gonna need this thing, the HV capacitor, but there are many different other kinds of those components, so let's get all of them auto-crafted. Let's start with the HV capacitor. And even though 2 episodes ago I said I'm probably gonna go for industrial craft as my lead sub-mod for power suits, I'm probably gonna go for whatever is most convenient. I changed my mind. It makes no sense. It's not like making this balanced. I'm overloaded with materials anyway, so whatever is most convenient is what I'm gonna go for. And to be honest, this is the most convenient because creating energy cell frames is kind of annoying. Farming ender pearls isn't that fun either. However, creating lapotron crystals is relatively easy. So let's do that. So lapotron crystal crafting is already something that I've taken care of. However, wiring is something that I have not. So let's do that. I'm gonna need a gold nugget and redstone, and that seems to be probably the best recipe, to be honest. Yeah, gold nugget and redstone. So let's teach my system how to create gold nuggets. Obviously gonna need some blank patterns, and I'm gonna need some gold and some redstone to go along with it. So first, let's teach the system how to craft gold nuggets, and then let's teach that how to craft the actual wiring. So 2 nuggets and a redstone give you that 8 wiring, and encode that as well. And now let's encode the actual HV capacitor recipe. So I'm gonna need 2 wiring and 1 lapotron crystal for that. So let's get 1 lapotron. Begin. And let's add that recipe. So one of those and 2 wires give me the HV capacitor. Done. Okay, let's continue adding more of those recipes. Let's see if some of them are, let's see, can I do something like this? Mod and find that specific mod. There we go. Machine use modular power suits. Okay, so I'm gonna need, this is taken care of, solenoid. Let's go for this recipe, it's easy. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna add most of those recipes off screen and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got myself the following recipes. I got myself the HV capacitor, the solenoid, the servo motor, the capacitor, which also requires paper. The LV capacitor requires paper, and also the MV capacitor. So I also created a recipe for paper. Remember that now sugar canes are part of the system because they're part of the farm products, which again are part of the system, so there is no problem there. And yeah, so there are still a couple of things that I haven't made. For example, the parachute and the ion thruster and the glider wing, which I think are my kind of more of a custom made tools, where the others are mostly used more often, it seems. So for those, I kind of haven't crafted them yet. We'll see if they're required or not. Probably they will be, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see. Let's go full speed ahead. Let's try and upgrade everything fully, or at least as far as I can probably go, and start going with it. Okay, so can I upgrade, for example, can I place the MV capacitor even though I already have the elite battery, like the advanced battery? Let's see. I'm gonna need, for some reason this thing keeps forgetting its signal, even though I don't do anything else with it. It's kind of odd, but okay. So I'm going to need one of those MV capacitors. Let's get one. And let's see, can I upgrade, can I like apply to storage? Yeah, clearly can. So the weight went up as well, but the energy storage went up as well. So let's, can I like apply a second elite battery? Does that work somehow? I don't know. Well, let's salvage that for now because it's not really useful. However, let's try and go for the kinetic generator. That's something interesting. To generate power with my movement. So I'm gonna need some servo motors and some control circuits. So let's just create a bunch. Some servo motors, 10 of those, and some circuits, 10 of those as well. And apply the kinetic generator install. Okay, so it went up by 1 kilogram. Energy storage is the same. Energy generation per 5 blocks, 250 joules. So every 5 blocks that I walk, I generate 250 joules. And the storage capacity is 750 kilojoules. So basically, in every 20 blocks, I generate 1 part in 750 of the entire total storage. Okay, I have no clue how much am I wasting over time, so I don't know. Okay, armor. Basic plating is heavy, diamond plating advanced is lighter, harder and more protective than basic, but much harder to make. Well, that's not a problem really. And energy shield. Energy shield are much lighter than plating, but consume energy. Let's go crazy. I'm gonna need a force field emitter. Yeah, it's one of those things that I haven't crafted. Ooh, which requires ender pearls. Or this, Nantun Tesseract. Okay, let's go ender pearls path then. And the pearls are not hard to get, they're just slightly annoying to get. It's not hard. Okay, let's make everything that I can make. So I'm gonna need, can make 3 sets, so I'm gonna need 15 solenoids. So get 15 of those. Thank God for applied energy sticks. Why did it get stuck? I think I have the problem that I had before here, that this gets clogged and then it gets stuck. Yeah, it should be fine now, I guess. Yep. Every time this gets clogged, the entire thing gets stuck. It's kind of annoying. There should be a way around it. I think most of my gripes with the Applied Logistics are probably fixed already and simply are not in this version. So I guess that's fine. Okay, energy shield. Actually, haven't created the thing yet, so let's. Okay, 3 force field emitters for using Tinker Table. Well, that's great. Okay, so let's create this thing: the power armor legs, force field, armor energy 0 points. What? How do I charge it up, or I don't charge it up? How does it work? Well, I can see the storage of energy in the top left corner, although my Graviton suit energy reading also kind of overlaps, so that's a little bit annoying. But how do I charge it up exactly? It says armor energy 0 points. What? Am I missing something? Okay, I don't know, let's just keep going. Movement, sprint assist, definitely. Jump assist, definitely. Swim boost, sure, and uphill is already there. So let's go for this. So we're going to need an ion thruster and a solenoid. Ion thruster is again something that I haven't built. Something that I simply have not incorporated into Applied Logistics, because I think it requires no... yeah, there you go. It requires the force field emitter, which requires ender pearls. Everything is really, really pricey in power suits. Is that normal? It's a little bit crazy. Okay, I'm going to farm a little bit more ender pearls. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so I got myself 3 stacks of ender pearls, so hopefully that will be enough, even though it probably might not be. Most of those upgrades actually require a bunch of them. So we'll see how that turns out. So for every one of those field emitters, I'm going to 4 of those. So this is 4, basically 12 sets, and which means 60 solenoids. So let's get 60. And does the job relatively fast until, yeah, well, it seems fine so far. Okay, so 60 solenoids will give me 12 of those force field emitters, which will give me, together with a little bit more solenoids, crafting in those power suits modes are somewhat pricey, I will not lie. They're actually even very pricey. I'm going to need some iron and some glowstone as well. Okay, so let's create, let's get 2 iron thrusters for now. Probably gonna need that. Actually, even forgot what I was making. Oh, it says E. What the E means, I don't know. Okay, so I got the energy shield, and okay, let's go for a sprint assist that requires a servo motor. Let's connect. Ooh, I can change stuff. Okay, let's wait with that. Jump assist, let's install that as well. Swim boost. No, what? Let's keep swim boost. I'm not swimming a lot. It's gonna kill me with the iron thrusters and the uphill movement stuff. Okay, there was something here. Oh. Okay. I have a feeling I know how it works. Okay. I guess you can kind of change and control how much everything consumes, but if you go too crazy, the game will go too crazy at you first. So for example, what does compensation mean? How does that work? I don't know. Okay, so there is walking assist, so let's try to pull it to the max. Okay, let's see how that turns out to be. Doesn't actually exactly show that on the information holding shift, but now when I walk, yeah, I'm clearly walking faster, there is no doubt about it, and I still have this one block uphill thingy. If I remove my graviton set, actually, let's sleep for a second. Okay, so if I remove my graviton set, you guys can see it in the top left corner, you can see the energy value of... Okay, still have my control. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, I removed everything. All I have is the power legs. This means nothing, but let's remove this as well. So you can see the speed that I'm running at. You can see the energy is going down slightly. If I hold control, it doesn't do anything, but when I jump, it kind of... Oh, you can bunny jump. This is most definitely different than the quantum suit. Doesn't exactly work the same way. But this is interesting. I like the fact that you can modify everything that you want. Let's see, let's try playing with it. Let's start modifying stuff. Sprint assist. I don't want any walking assist. Walking speed multiplier just the same. Sprint energy multiplier, that's what I'm interested in. So let's, I guess that's the one that I want to look at. So let's go for 300%. Energy consumption 10 joules, I assume per block. And what does compensation mean? Sprint exhaustion compensation. I don't know, it consumes more energy and does stuff. So let's try and see what does it do without it. Okay, this is more like the quantum suit. Yeah, the quantum suit boost. So this is nice, although I got used to hitting the boost key instead of hitting double sprint, so I need to change that if that's possible. And what does this compensation mean? It consumes more energy, so I don't see how does that make sense. Is there any difference? It consumes more energy. It says it's compensating for something. Maybe it's a little bit hard to turn, I don't know. Or is it just my game kind of lagging? Okay, let me try and look it up. This is it's actually quite interesting. Let me see if I can find what that's about. Okay, so from what I understand, the compensation kind of helps at the point where you can see that, for example, that this power armor currently weighs 3 kilograms. And I guess that 3 kilograms has a meaning. So I don't know what's the limit, what's the ceiling, but I guess after some point I'm gonna start walking very, very slowly. So that compensation module basically make me invest more energy, but also help me compensate. I don't exactly understand how much, but let's just try and keeping it at the max for now. See how that turns out. Okay, for the jump assist, I guess you can do the compensation again. So let's do that, I guess. And in terms of power, it really would have been nice. Yeah, I don't really want to jump high all the time. If it could be controlled just like it can with the quantum suit. Oh, I'm not wearing my boots, so I'm taking full damage. If it could be controlled, that would be great. Is there an option to do that? Maybe built in. Boost key is the controls for. Okay, there is X01, X02, X03. Open Muse keybind GUI. K. K. New. Press a key. Control. Taken. You liar, it's not taken, I'm not using anything. Escape, no, escape is bad. Let's go for numpad 9 because I'm not using it for anything. Okay, new, control. Left control, drag and drop modules to bind them to keys. Drop keys on trash to unbind them. Okay, so let's bind this. And let's bind this. And let's bind this. No, I want to always be able to climb uphill, but to run fast and to jump higher, I want to be bound. So if I double tap, no, that happens. But if I... Oh, it's on toggle. No, that's kind of derpy actually. Don't really want that. Well, I got used to be on, like on click. Let me try and figure out if there is a way to change that. Okay, so as far as I can see, it cannot be changed. Like, I was looking for something in the config files and I couldn't find anything, and also on the interwebs and I couldn't find anything. And I don't know, maybe it's just a thing of a habit that I'm just used to being turned it on and off by hitting control. By default, it can change to something else, but yeah, it's kind of a problem for me. So I guess the legs, or at least all the legs mechanics, I'm not gonna use. Let's see, what else can the legs do? Well, they can, well, actually, sprint assist, I already got that. Jump assist, I already got that from the legs. Sweep boost, I already got that. The uphill step assist is interesting, but it's kind of, you know. Citizen Joe style, alternative armor texture. Well, that's kind of the cosmetic stuff, and most of the time I'm playing in first person and this is single player, so it makes no difference whatsoever. In terms of armor and energy, that really doesn't make a difference as well. So I guess for the legs, they're not very interesting for me, unfortunately. How do they look? Well, kind of techy, anyway. Okay, so for the legs I'm going to use the quantum suit, but let's try and see what other things can offer me. So let's start with the power armor. So, well, the power armor will replace the graviton suit, and the graviton suit is something that I'm not planning to replace. After spending a whole episode, and you guys know that, just building it, I'm not going to replace it, but let's just see what are the possibilities. So active camouflage, emit a hologram of your surroundings to make yourself almost imperceptible. Interesting for multiplayer. Arm plating, diamond plating, same stuff. Movement, glider check, tax on wind, turn down forward to momentum. Jetpack, parachute, basically all the flight mechanics and drop mechanics and everything mechanics. And again, cosmetic stuff. So again, something that's a little bit irrelevant for me. The helmet. Okay, the helmet seems possibly interesting. A pair of augmented vision goggles to help you see night and underwater. That's interesting. Flight control and integrated control circuit to help you fly better. Press Z to go down. Well, I'm not going to have any flight mechanics with this. It doesn't matter. Connect up some thumbing goggles to show the nearby aura values. Does not reveal aura nodes, only show the HUD. This is good. This is nice. Energy, well, that's energy. Environment, water electrolyzer, basically breathe underwater. And auto feeder, this is also nice. This also has a solar generator. And again, the armor stuff. Considering that the quantum suit helmet, basically, yes, it lets me breathe underwater. And yes, it will auto feed me, but only if I have canned food, it will work. The only thing that it does that the power suit doesn't do is cure me of the wither effect from the wither. If you guys remember, when fighting the wither, the quantum suit kind of died. The energy goes down really, really fast, but you know what? Let's give this a try. Let's try and get the power armor head. See how that turns out to be. I'd like to get the orometer. This is interesting. I'm gonna need a hologram emitter. Something that I haven't crafted. Hologram emitter. Ooh, a bunch of odd stuff. Basically a lot of different colors, glass and wiring. And some glowstone as well, of course. I already got some glowstone. So I need lapis red and cactus green. Well, red I haven't got, but I can make it. Cactus green I've got enough, and I'm gonna need some lapis. Okay, so I got everything that I needed. Let's craft some of those things. Let's craft, as usual, let's craft a nice number. Okay, let's go for 8. And probably getting rid of the rest of those materials will be a good idea. I don't really want to hang to all of them. That's kind of inventory clogging. So let's do that. Okay, So let's apply, okay, I'm also going to goggles themselves for the orometer. I hope I'm not going to need to craft new ones because those have some durability to them. But that will be a really nice thing to keep track of the aura. So can I build it? Install. Nope. Oh yeah, I can. Nice. Okay, so it took them away and now it has the orometer. Okay, let's install other things as well. So I have the orometer. Flight control is pointless. It probably will integrate with the power suit's chest flight stuff, but not with the graviton suit. Night vision is something that I'd like to have. So let's do that. Both of them doesn't seem to be modifiable. They also seem to weight nothing, and that's pretty much it. Okay, let's go for the elite battery. Am I out of something? Guess so. Let's go for the elite battery. And battery size. Oh, you can also increase the size if you want to, but it also increases the weight. Let's go for minimum weight then. Although it probably won't make any difference, but I guess so. And let's go for the solar generator. I'm going the solar panel. However, that's a solar panel which is different from the usual ones. I like the recipes. If you don't have industrial craft, it costs you nothing. If you have industrial craft, start paying. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna go for convenience. It's just simply gonna be a time waster to start crafting it in the more balanced way, you may call that, but that's a little bit insane in my opinion. Okay, so let's craft one of those and get rid of the rest of those things. And let's do this. So solar generator, done. Daytime solar energy generation 100, nighttime solar energy generation 10. This is silly, then how does it generate energy? Okay, not gonna ask questions. Water electrolyzer, basically underwater breathing. I'll take that, thank you very much. I'm short on something. Why don't I have the LV capacitor? Then let's just make some. Let's make 10. So the LV capacitor built. I guess every time it will kind of refill my air, it will cost 1 kilojoule. That's actually quite a bit. And the auto feeder, let's build that as well. I'm going to servo motor. So let's build 10. So auto feeder done. Auto feeding efficiency 50%, eating energy consumption 100. I want 100% efficiency. And from what I understand, basically the moment that I'm hungry, it's gonna look for the bottom, I think top left or bottom left. Well, I only have the steaks in my inventory anyway, so it doesn't make any sense. Any difference? I just simply look for the closest available something that you eat, for example, a steak, and we'll simply eat it. So I guess changing the efficiency will also reduce the energy consumption, but I want perfect efficiency, so no thank you. Energy shield, let's go for the energy shield. And let's go for maximum armor. It's gonna take 500 joules for every 1 damage, but it's gonna give me 6 points of armor, so let's go for maximum. And I can go for custom color, transparent, and Citizen Joe. What is Citizen Joe? How do I look like with Citizen Joe? And how do I look without it? Oh, just kind of more fancy schmancy. Okay, let's kind of go for the transparent. I hate looking like everyone else. I like my own face. There we go. This is nice. Oh, and I have the night vision buff because I'm wearing this thing. Ooh, I can look underwater. Whoa. This is disorienting. It looks like broad daylight. But it does consume energy, I think. Oh, no, wait, the night vision doesn't consume any energy. How do I look? It says it has 749k energy. I don't know how to charge this. Well, it's solely charging itself, actually. Does it also charge my other things? I have a feeling that it won't. Okay. Okay, so I've got the helmet. Definitely gonna use that one, even though it seems to be using kind of a lot of energy. Or not. Let's just keep wearing it, see how it turns out to be. Definitely gonna use that one. And replace my quantum suit. And I still have the boots and the tool. So for the boots, cosmetic is irrelevant, energy is irrelevant, armor is irrelevant. Okay, so I've got the shock absorber. Basically prevent fall damage. I like the fact that it uses wool. And jet boots. Jet boots are not as strong as a jetpack, but they should at least be strong enough to counteract gravity. Well, both of them I already got available for my quantum suit, so again, another irrelevant piece of armor. And lastly, basically the power tool, which looks awesome, I must say. Blink drive is definitely interesting. In-place assembler is useful. Having both mining and wait, this is two different things. Okay, so there we go. Having all the tools in one tool is useful. Of course, if I have, there are the tools available in this pack, but having this is nice. Having a multimeter on it is also useful. And then again, there is the aqua affinity and the diamond drill upgrade. Definitely an interesting piece of, I don't know, technology. But yeah, I'm gonna look into this in the next episode. I'm really gonna try and look into this and try to work with it in the next episode. This, just the way it looks, intrigues me because it looks really awesome. When you mine with it, it kind of breaks the model, but when you hold it still, it looks awesome. I don't think you can argue on that. Alright, so messing around with power armor, we'll mess around with it even more in the next episode. So as always, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.